Welcome, kings and queens, to another episode of Unapologetic, your number one podcast. This is the show where kings and queens tell their legacies and on. So get ready for the gems to drop and pull up to the table because we're ready.
I'm gonna need you to read that. I'm not going to be your narrator.
Something,
man. But
something
is but that's it. That is, and I knew it was a cue, and that's why I had to figure out, remember what it was. It's the person that don't want to do the work, don't want to do what it takes. And you got to be willing to walk away. But before you get to that point, and I'm sorry for all the biblical references, but you got to learn to be a good steward of your resources and your time. And that means that you cannot be casting your pearls, as the Bible said. You cannot be casting your pearls before swine. Meaning, if you know that this is all rocks over here, why you put your seeds there?
Look, you dropping these gems, girl. You got to start writing the books or something. Man. All right, so that was a great point, our last thought. But I always wanted to get into your background real quick, because before you became this big time CEO, you know what I mean? You got to call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? Of the Thredz Organization. What was it that you were doing prior? I know schooling is darn sure involved. Your education and your dialect is off the charts. So, so what is this? What do you call it? What did it come to be?
So it's our family in this room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we family. All right, let's.
Yep.
I'll be honest. I was not. I was existing, but I was not living. So you know how you have things that's inside of you that you're supposed to be doing, and you fighting against it, right? You warring against self.
Right. Yeah. Know exactly what that is.
And the old me subscribed to the narrative that society had placed upon me.
Ooh.
And the old version of me was like many of the people that is in our community. And every day I'm growing. So I'm not saying that I have arrived, because I have not arrived. Lord have mercy.
Okay.
Lord. But what I'm saying is that I was living, I was existing, but not living. I went, I grew up introverted. I was raised with my great grandmother. And I have siblings, but I was raised as an only child in that house. And she was kind of introverted, which made for, isolation, but it was okay for you because you're an introvert, right?
Right. Yeah, that's your comfort.
And so even within that, I was very self-contained. But growing up, I didn't know I didn't know that I was me. I didn't know that I had place and had purpose. I was just kind of going through life doing emotions, and went through a series of things. Obviously, I had my daughter when I was 19 in college, and it took me a minute to finish school, just because I was doing the full-time mom thing, and single parent. Her dad's a good dad, but he lived far away. So that meant that most of the hands-on things fell on me.
Yeah.
And some things, financial, you just can't do from a distance, right?
For real.
And so
unless that money got arms,
man, and don't. So as much as society would like to demonize drug use and alcoholism and whoremongering or whatever it is, food addiction is just as bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Really and that was my coping mech, right?
So your stress goes up
Yeah, and
Okay.
and then with the, and so going through all of this, you know, you learn how to acquiesce, right? So that means that you lower you so that you're not being seen, so that you're not, you're just
Right.
kind of moving just underneath the surface, right?
Radar.
Yeah.
Under the
And
radar.
so I lived that existence for a long time. And that was not where God had me. And when you're living in that mindset, and it doesn't matter if it's food or it's drugs or it's liquor or it's whatever your drug, thinking more highly of yourself, you a workaholic,
Right.
you can put a million things in these places, right?
Right.
You're not living to your fullest potential, because it's something in you that's not allowing you to get to the next step.
Right.
And for me, it was a decision. Like, I remember looking at my baby and saying that she loved me more than anybody in this whole entire world.
Right.
And that she didn't deserve it. She didn't deserve not having a person that could show up 1000% for her. And so even if I couldn't do some of these things for myself, I had to make a decision to be a greater parent, you know? And so then that started the trajectory of, okay, how do you take care of self better? Right?
Yeah.
Because the incremental changes, you look today, a person look at me and be like, baby, hey, baby, hey, baby.
Right. Come here. Let me talk to you.
But that's not always been the case, right?
Right. Yeah.
But that was also, it was a blessing because it was an incubator period that allowed me to see things from a different perspective. And then after I made that decision to grow and to change, how are you not going to go back there?
Yeah, because you
And
can fall back
you
on
can,
same
right?
record.
And,
Ooh,
and
shoot.
so and so then, like,
It can be
stepping
hard.
into all of that meant that you had to open up yourself
Yeah.
to looking at yourself. Michael Jackson said, "A man in the mirror."
Man, ooh, the demons in the closet. Oh my God.
It's so easy to look at somebody over there.
I'd rather look over there. I
Man,
ain't gonna lie.
you and everybody else,
Yeah.
right? You
I'd be
know,
like, you know what? That's a beautiful tree. That tree look good
man.
as
But
mud.
let me point out your flaw.
Oh my mama. Oh
Man,
man.
but
Yeah.
looking at that person in the mirror is scary.
Yeah.
And facing it and saying, okay, how am I gonna get past it? And then once you're walking in it, being transparent, because there is somebody that needs to hear your story. Not everybody, because people all in your business.
Yeah.
But
You know it.
you'll know who needs to hear your story and who doesn't,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
But being open to say, yo, man, look, things were not always as they are today, right? And God has a plan for you, and got a plan for me. I ain't nobody special.
Right.
I'm
I'm a soldier.
represented in the like everybody else,
Yeah.
and it's still, a work in progress, but being transparent and saying, yo, man, you could easily walk through life and be like, oh, let me tell y'all about my daughter. She in grad school for nanoscience. She gonna be a doctor one day, and try to eat that and say that, you did that yourself. And did it? And did
But
it?
you got a lot of people and parents and just people in general do that.
No, it takes a bit. Look,
Do that, man. I swear, you know it. We all know it. And it's dope that through your organization you're able to put this on a billboard, because these are conversations everybody that's not ready to listen to run, or it starts an argument. I've seen friendships and families break up because they're not ready to. Man, I don't want to hear this. No, we need to talk. If that you either cut coming up with me, or are you gonna be down here by yourself?
And you know, everybody can't sit at your table. Family, you know, everybody can't be in the circle, and you got to be okay with that. Yo, bro, man, can't wait for the company, but I see it's a family picnic though.
Right.
You look salty. You'll get over it.
Oh, for real, man.
Man, for real. Make sure you bring them ribs. That sauce that you got in your spirit, put them on the ribs.
With the barbecue sauce.
Man, that part.
Oh my God.
But everybody just can't sit at that table, and that's okay. That's okay.
I love it.
You know, but you know what? It's but you know, from an organizational perspective, really, it's all about, you know, for us, our main focus is to counter the negative effects of gentrification. And we do that in 3 main ways. So impactful community engagement. So when you see like the different events, you're going to have some fun. It's going to be some party. It's going to be some food. It's going to be some good music.
Yeah, the Aqua Star was dope.
You're going to learn something.
I love the Aqua Star.
You ain't getting up out of here without getting some knowledge.
Yeah. And that's always something that you feed the listening ear. This is like a lot of stuff about voting and the importance of it and where my vote goes and how it's determined. I didn't know none of that because it was never in my face growing up. I knew politics were important and, you know, learning the economy. But as far as like, hey, Mel, you know, you can vote for this, especially if you pay come on, man, you can vote for any darn thing. But if I don't know, you know what I mean? But that's not even an excuse for me because it wasn't like the information wasn't there. I wasn't just ready to hear it at that particular time, or it wasn't meant for me to open my eyes to see this big monster behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, but life be lifing, right?
Yeah.
So there's this thing called Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's like a pyramid, right?
Yep.
And most people within our underserved communities live on the basic levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You're constantly in survival mode. When you're in survivor mode and you dealing with baby daddy, baby mama issues, you know, family issues, financial issues, safety concerns, things like that.
Yeah.
All the things that plague us on a daily basis. How you gonna ask me to be thinking about whether or not, you know, we should be, you know, voting on a new zoning policy for my community. Like, I'm gonna need you not. That's what I voted you in for. You know, like, I mean, like, you know, I mean, seriously, you know, so.
Oh man, like I want you to do your job.
That's how we think, you know, because we're busy with life. But what we have to realize is that even though we're busy with life and life be lifing on a real level, that we have to take a moment to slow down and vote, and also make our voices known, even in all our turmoil, because, excuse me, that's what is perpetuating the
your
things
life.
in the community.
Yeah.
If you're not voting for your local officials, or you're not paying attention to what they're doing, then all the things that affect you on a daily basis gonna continue to negatively impact you. So even though we're dealing with this and dealing with that, we got to take a moment, and it's only like at the most 4 times a year, right? You know?
Right.
So you got to take a moment to say, slow down and say, all right, I'm gonna take this 5 minutes, I'm gonna take this 10 minutes, you know, I'm gonna take this hour to get well versed with the information that's on the ballot. And then I'm gonna take this 5 minutes that it takes to drive down there, get down there, whatever, and cast my vote. And if I don't want to do that, I'm just gonna do absentee ballot. Sit in my house with a postage already attached to it. I'm gonna vote while I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, and I'm gonna put it in the mail tomorrow.
But you know, but people don't. Okay, one of the biggest things that I hear is that my vote doesn't count because I heard one person told me that they feel like when they vote, last time they voted was when Obama, I want to say, and I'm like, damn. So last time they voted was when Obama was in office. They both voted for Obama. and they said Obama didn't really go through everything he promised, and that they felt like their vote was just a, I guess, smoke and mirrors, if you want to put it in a, you know what I mean? Like nothing was done for them. Yeah, and that's, I'm like, how can you respond to that? You know what I mean?
Well, you know, I'm a plug right now. You know, that's why you got to come out to our Rap with Your Rep event, you know, October 19th.
There we go.
At the Water Center for Performing Arts, because our youth is going to be hosting the lieutenant governor. And he's going to, you know.
Oh,
he's just getting it, right? So they're going to be, not only are they going to be hosting the lieutenant governor as their keynote, right? Big things popping, little things stopping, right? You know, so not only are they going to be doing that, but they have come up with some questions for the panel. And so, so just to give you a snippet who's on that panel.
Yeah, please do.